Okay, so today I wanted to show you my workflow process of basically making this diamond head character in Blender. So first of all, uh, try to find as much references as possible. In my case, I was able to find this reference sheet for the diamond head character, and I started out by laying out my reference images. Once that was done, I started basically modeling the main shapes of the diamond head using primitive shapes like cube, cylinder, or whatever was necessary. So uh, my main my main goal here was to make sure that I got these nice shapes that are uh, precise kind of shapes that are present on diamond head as correctly as I possibly can, and align them according to the reference, and also make sure that they look good in 3D space. It's always better to turn on metacap so you see proper shading and you can make sense of your shapes properly. So I'm going to basically lay out multiple different kind of objects as best as I can, and start just shaping them to get diamond head's face. Just make sure wherever I'm modeling that I'm making sure that it's aligned from all views and it's properly aligned in 3D space. So when I view it in 3D, it looks like diamond head, and when I view it in my according to side by side with my reference images, it looks like diamond head. I'm only going to add loop cuts if it's absolutely necessary, otherwise I would try to avoid them as much as possible in this stage. Okay, so now once I'm done with the head, I'm going to move on to the body. Now the body has some different kind of challenges. It's a mixture of those very sharp lines and a very organic shape for body which is very smooth out. So first of all, I'm going to make the silhouette of the body, just uh, trying to replicate what I see in my reference images, and then I'll try to merge these together as smoothly as I can while keeping those sharp edges as best as I can. I can later sharpen those out with either using a bevel modifier or sharpen edges. So I'm just going to basically add in my fill in my edge loops and just smooth it out wherever it needs to be. I'll probably add subdivision modifier to smooth it out later. So the same thing as I did with the head, I'm going to add in new new edges or loop cuts, and then I'm going to make sure that it looks good in 3D when I start moving around my 3D model. Now I've added my bevel modifier, so I can basically view my model subdivided and also see how those sharp areas will look. Okay, at this point, as I'm going through the model, I'm not only going to um, mark those edges sharp which I need, which are sharp in my reference. I'm also going to mark those edges sharp which are basically holding the shape together. So any edges that look like they are important, I'm going to keep those. I'm going to mark them as bevel, and any other that need to be smoothed out, I'm going to leave them as they are so they can be subdivided when I add subdivision modifier. So I'm just going through my model, making some small changes and adding the sharp, adding the basically bevels wherever it's necessary. It's always best to take your time making these small tweaks to your models, as it will basically enhance your final look of your model. So I'm going to take my time, go through the model, and basically refine these shapes as much as I can. At this point, once I was happy with the front of the model, I started working on the back. Same thing I'm going to keep in mind. I'm going to make sure that it looks according to the reference, and it looks good from all sides. I'm going to bevel those edges that I want to keep sharp, and I'm going to smooth out the rest. So basically doing the same process again and working on the back. Now I'm going to start working on the legs, extruding them along, making sure that they follow the shape of my reference, and just getting those sharp edges so I can get the same appeal as from my reference. Usually knees and elbows are like my weak point. I just follow as I see in the reference. I'm still not very familiar with an anatomy of these parts, so I just follow what I see. Sometimes I get it right, sometimes it's just okay. In this case, I think it was just okay, but it worked, so I think it's okay. Again, anytime I'm adding any new loop cut, I am making sure that it's looking right from all sides. Like it looks good in 3D and it looks good when I align it with my reference image. Okay, so now I'm going to start with the arms, and now the same thing as I did before, I'm gonna use a primitive such as plane and start making the silhouette, and then extruding it and adding shapes wherever necessary. I just want to make sure that I'm following the silhouette that I'm getting and everything lines up in 3D as well as with my 2D reference image. So just going to shape it out exactly like I did with the body, and hoping that this works. Basically in sculpting, I'm going to smooth out every detail that I don't need and keep the details that I need as sharp as they are, and basically merge all these different parts together in an organic way. Okay, so first off, I realized my model first did to start sculpting, and once I've done that, I'm just going to start smoothing out and start basically transitioning them properly. I'm going to keep those hard, sharp edges where they are sharp in the original art, and then I'm just going to make a good transition between each shape, not the rough that we have right now. During sculpting, I keep on switching between tan to and then turning it off when I see that my PC is starting to lag, and then I remesh whenever I need to so that I get some proper topology to work off. And I'm going to constantly be switching between these steps, enabling tan topo, disabling it, and remeshing my model if I need good geometry. You might have noticed that I'm not going in this process linearly. So I'm not gonna work on one part and then go ahead to the other. I'm basically jumping from one part to the other as I need to. If I see something is wrong or something is off, I'll just move off on to the other part. So this just keeps me focused instead of getting too much into details. I keep on jumping here and there and making sure that overall it looks good. So while I was working on the legs, I finally realized that my diamond head didn't have a maximum skill I think it's called. So I need to add that in. I know it's very wrong. That's my second weakness in anatomy. I don't do well with knees or butts. So I'm just going to roughly basically outline the shape and then I'll fix it later on. At this point, once I'm happy with all of the silhouette in different shapes, now I'm going to start adding in some anatomy shapes like abs and things like that. So I'm just going to carve those in, maintaining those organic forms and merging them nicely with these crystal forms. I don't know why I didn't realize that my normals were flipped. So the reason why I'm having problem with the brushes is because my normals are facing inwards. I don't know, during working I didn't really realize it. So I worked on flipped normals all the way. But usually whenever you're having a problem like this where your brushes are acting inversely to how they should act, that just means your normals are inverted. Now I'm going to start smoothing the arms. So I'm going to basically make the arms much more organic looking and merge them with the crystallized shape. It's basically the same process as I did with the torso.